Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so today we are going to jump in with the new STR Goku and Vegeta, aka VEGITO. And we're going to show off a bit of a fun team. We are running a full VEGITO team. So every single unit on the team is VEGITO. Obviously it's really good that their leader skill. We are running double STR VEGITO leads. Now technically you could run this team with the Int VEGITO as the leader, who we have in the third slot, because his leader skill is for Potara, which does cover everybody. But the interesting thing is obviously you think of like the STR VEGITO, his main leader skill is the Majin Buu Saga. Like Majin Buu Saga team is now much better because they have a leader with a much better leader skill. But his secondary leader skill, Battle of Wits, actually has all of the blue VEGITOs on it as well. So it is therefore completely possible and very easy, to be honest, to make a full VEGITO team. And yeah, we're just going to go through here, trash the androids into oblivion. I could have done one of the harder stages, but like the newer stages, like the Broly and the Future Saga, and then even like the Babadi's Army one that came out, even though this team would have no problem clearing those events, those ones are just longer by merit of the fact that obviously they sort of get harder. I was going to say they get harder as they go along, but I feel like the Babadi one was a lot easier than the two ones that we got during the anniversary. But either way, they just take ages, and obviously no one wants to see a team showcase every time that's like 20 odd minutes long. So I thought we'd go into this one because we can quite easily trash our way through everybody. And hopefully we can get some transformations. We do start to get hit a little bit harder as we get further in. But therein also lies the beauty of bringing Candy VEGITO on the team. Because he does infinitely stack his attack and defense as you go through the event. But he does take quite a while to stack because free-to-play, like infinite stackers, just stack way slower than the summonable ones, usually. So it means because we're probably just going to keep him in the third slot, there's definitely going to be potential where he's going to take a bunch of attacks and actually take a reasonable amount of damage if he doesn't dodge. And then of course that gives us the opportunity to actually get the active skill and get the transformation with Goku and Vegeta. So that is my only, like, I say, like, pet peeve, I guess, with this unit, is their transformation is awesome, like, the animation's really cool, and then obviously once STR VEGITO comes out, he's really good. But the HP restriction of being 77% or below, like, it sounds a lot better. Like, I mean, we've seen units that have, like, 50% or below, right, like the actual 3-year fusions, but the problem is 77% might seem like it's more reasonable, but most of the teams that you run them on, and especially the unit themselves, are incredibly tanky. So you're probably not going to be taking huge amounts of damage. I might actually just do this. In fact, we won't even super attack with him, so he doesn't get any sort of defensive raise. Obviously, Candy VEGITO is a unit famous for not always dodging when you want him to. So shout out to J Fanta. But hopefully here he'll actually take some hits, or especially if he takes this super attack. There you go. So he didn't dodge, so we won't die, but we're basically guaranteed to get the transformation next turn, and we don't have to worry about the Int VEGITO. That's another reason why I'm kind of happy to just put him in the third slot and let him float off the rotation, because if you drop below 77% HP but still above 50, then it's fine, because you can still get the active skill and transform. But if you drop below 50% and then they both come onto the rotation at the same time, then of course the Int VEGITO fusion heals you, which you have no control over. You just get healed to full health, so then you lose the ability to use the active skill with the STR one, which is kind of annoying. Because when I did my first ever playthrough with this team, when the data download happened, I played through the Legendary Goku event, and by the time we got to the end and beat the event, only one of the VEGITOs had transformed. So, but yeah, this is my one who is 55%. See, now we can see super attacks. I'm still going to put the AGL one at the front because he does at least have type advantage. And then we can go ahead and do this. We're going to get a guaranteed counter here as well, unless we finish him off, obviously, because the great thing as well about putting AGL Super VEGITO first is that when he super attacks, he raises the attack of all allies for the rest of the turn. So we're just going to hit even harder. So we're going to get to see them here, 55%. Obviously, linking up with Super Vegito is a great link partner for them because they are the same unit essentially. So yeah, what can we get here? Yeah, 3.6 turn 1 on transforming without like a support unit in the 3rd slot. Like that's the only thing with this team is obviously it's a fun like theme team to run a full Vegito team, but we don't have any supports. So that's another reason why the Majin Buu Saga team, now that they have a good lead, wow, 1.5 counter no crit, that's pretty good. So the Majin Buu Saga team is super good now because they have a lot of really good support units. So you can have your powerful like Vegito rotations and then bring units like the new Tien, the STR Super Saiyan Saiyaman that came out a little while back. He came out on the Super Saiyan 2 Goku banner, I believe. So let's do this. So we don't get the 18 key super with them, but that's fine. And then I guess we just go for the same sort of strategy here and not super attack with Candy Vegito, because then he basically isn't getting the opportunity to raise his defense. Because weird as it may seem for like the general strategy, but I actually want him to take as much damage as possible so we can get the friend Vegito to transform. I did find a 90% friend and there wasn't any rainbow ones showing up, and I guess if I'd like gone in and out of the event a bunch of times I might have been able to find one, but ain't nobody got time for that. So take Vegito Blue popping off now, a couple of extra super attacks. I really like his 12 key super attack animation. No crits though, unfortunately. But he's still taking double-digit damage despite the type disadvantage. And then, of course, Candy Vegito gets the dodge. So, alright, so let's do this. So this is a really good rotation for the STR Vegito here, because we can get him linked up with the Int one and actually get access to Legendary Power. Although, now that I think about it, I might do this, because now we're not in danger of the Int Vegito fusing and ruining the rotation if we keep him on rotation with the transformed one. So this won't get in the way now of transforming the other STR one if we get the opportunity. So 5,000 damage is not bad. Obviously, remember, once they transform into Vegito, they lose the 30% damage reduction, but they gain the ability to counter. He's still got a 2.2 million attack stat, which is pretty good. And then, of course, the Int Vegito here going to finish off 16, nice big crit, and then we can go on to the first of the cell form. So we're only like 8 minutes in and we're pretty close to the end of the event already. So what do I do here? If I do this, we could potentially take a nice amount of damage, because they have the 30% damage reduction, but a type disadvantage super is probably still going to deal quite a decent amount. And we shouldn't die because the rest of the rotation is going to be incredibly tanky. So go ahead and do this, and then I'm going to try and not grab too many same type orbs, because that's the other problem as well with teams. When you're trying to stay within a certain HP, like to fuse the 3-year fusions or any other unit that has like a specific HP restriction on one of their abilities, sometimes it can take you so long, with the early stages being quite easy, that you end up getting the Dokkan attack, and then of course you get a full heal, and there's just a lot of issues that you run into with abilities that are gated by a certain HP requirement. So like when I first saw the stats on paper for what the STR LR Vegito does, like 77% seemed like it was going to be pretty good, because obviously compared to like, you know, 50%, it's actually a much more reasonable target. But the team is just so tanky overall. But I think here a super attack shouldn't take us out. How much defense has he got? So he's got almost 100k defense. As long as we don't get the Dokkan attack this turn, we should be all good. And I don't think we can, because I'm going to avoid same type orbs where possible. So we'll grab all of these, and then Candy Vegito is not going to get a super here. So I think with the normal attack shouldn't do too much. I mean, 13k. So super attack, we're probably looking at about 200. Which means we will still survive the turn, which is the whole point. Yeah, 186. So yeah, we're not really in any danger of dying. And then we're going to get the friend Vegito to transform. Although, did I float him off last turn? Now, I thought about this in advance because a lot of the time, especially for events like this team could probably no items this if we weren't messing around with the rotations, deliberately trying to get, like, the transformation or anything. You know, we could easily clear through the event without using any items. But I did remember to bring some items that would be potentially useful. So I do have Ghost Ushers. So if the friend Vegito isn't on the next turn, then I can just Ghost Usher and then we won't take any damage and then we'll be all good to go. But no, okay, we are good with this rotation. So excellent. So now we can go ahead and transform the friend. So I won't talk over the active skill this time. Yeah, the animation is so good. And yeah, this is the perfect opportunity. We can let AGL Super Vegito go first, buff the attack, then we get extra key. So, oh, we're going to get the Dokkan attack as well. So, obviously, AGL Super Vegito, not the best person for getting the Dokkan attack. He's not going to deal a ton of damage, but that's fine. We don't need to see the Dokkan attack with the LR, because all it is just bigger numbers. Like I've said this in previous showcases, I don't worry about getting the Dokkan attack with a particular unit that we're trying to show off, because it doesn't increase their attack stat or anything, it just does extra damage. So in terms of seeing how well the unit performs with their attack stat and their defense and things like that, the Dokkan attack doesn't really make any difference to that. It's just bigger numbers. So I want Super Vegito to go first so we can get the attack buff, because this is the 90% friend. So yeah, 5 million attack stat turn 1 when transforming. That is, it's pretty good. And we got type advantage, so yeah, 4.8 mil. This counter attack might kill him if he crits. He didn't crit. Oh, okay. So non-crit counter with type advantage, 2.6 million damage. Like, people overplay counter units sometimes, but like, some counter units are just absolutely deserving of that level of praise, because, yeah, man, if you can get crits off, he's just absolutely insane. Who has the most defense? Yeah, him. I'm annoyed that he's locked this guy in the last spot, though. So, do I need to use a defensive item? This is my one, so he's only 55%. Nah, we're not going to take 500,000 damage in this turn. There's no way. So we'll grab those for you, and then those for you, because then we can get all the same type orbs with the Int Vegito. Yeah, we're on full HP. There's no way we die this turn. Even if this does like 300k, we won't die. I did 240, so yeah, we should be all good here. I mean, he's still got a 3 million attack stat, and he's linked up with the physical Vegito Blue, who's not his best link partner, but I mean, they're still pretty damn good. So, I love this counter animation as well. I've been waiting for us to get a new counter unit for ages who could actually be good. It's interesting that we still don't have an extreme counter unit. Like, I really want to see an extreme unit that has counters. Because it's literally only on the Vegitos. There's Great Saiyaman 3. There's that free-to-play Goku. The Rage Vegeta. Like, there's a couple of cool Heroes units, not heroes as in just Dragon Ball Heroes, but super type units, I should say, that have counters, but there's no extreme units, and I think that would be really good. But anyway, we're going to do a lot of damage here because we've got type advantage. Yeah, and then we're going to take nothing on the way back. I can't remember, Texel is the last one, right? So he's locking him in the first slot. Okay, he's actually supering us again, so I'm not going to I'm not going to risk dying in the final turn, so we're going to heal up, get a bit of a defensive buff, so there's no way he kills the 90% Vegito friend here. So now he can just go off. Now he's going to heal, and he's going to super attack. Unfortunately, that means we don't get to counter, but we're going to hit, what, 3.9? So yeah, considering we're not running any supports, that's pretty good. Obviously on this event, especially not with, you know, taking huge risks with our health, we didn't get the Int Vegito to transform. But obviously on a much harder event, that would probably be a little bit easier. Sometimes it just comes down to RNG of who takes a super attack and whatnot. But yeah, there you go. You can run a full Vegito team. You've got 2 potential leaders, so even if you didn't pull the STR LR Vegito, if you have the int one, you can bring him and then run a friend. And yeah, there you go. That is the full Vegito team, absolutely destroying the androids' Infinite Dragon Ball history. We even beat our best time. So yeah, let me know down below. Did you pull the Vegito? What team have you been running? I will have to do a Majin Buu Saga team. We'll probably do Super Battle Road or something. I'm definitely going to drop some Super Battle Road videos for the new units over the next couple of days. So stay tuned for those. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.